Hare Krishna. So today's book is The Laws of Nature, An Infallible Justice by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. This book has very few pages but includes profound learnings. The second chapter of this book is taken from Srimad Bhagavatam, when Kapil Dev, an incarnation of Krishna, describes the results of sin. This chapter has its own importance. This book includes the truth about the Supreme Lord, the laws governing his material and spiritual energies, and how to break the bondage of karma. And you will understand the workings of the laws and the lawmaker. Every living being in this material world has a fixed schedule of 6 changes. First, you will take birth, then growth and maintenance, then production of byproducts, diminution, and finally destruction. This material nature consists of 3 modes or 3 gunas: Sattva guna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna, or the modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that every living entity is eternally the servant of Krishna, and if you know it, you can live for hundreds of years doing your duties and there will be no karmic reaction. And this is confirmed in Bhagvad Geeta as well. Except work for Krishna, any work, whether good or bad, will bind you to this material world. It means anything you do outside the field of Krishna conscious activities entangles you in the modes of nature. If you do good work, you will have so-called enjoyment in your next life, but you will still remain bound up in the cycle of birth and death. And if you do bad work, then you will have to suffer the sinful reactions and also remain bound up in the birth and death. But if you work for Krishna, there are no such reactions, good or bad, and at the time of death, you will return to Krishna. This is the only way to break the bonds of karma. There are 2 types of energies explained: material energy and spiritual energy. The material energy manifests when there is an absence of spiritual activity. But if you are a devotee, then Krishna personally takes charge of your protection and maintenance. And for the ordinary living entities, Maya Devi takes charge. She is Krishna's agent for punishing the conditioned souls. But if somehow or other you comes in contact with Krishna, you should seriously take up the process of Krishna consciousness and catch hold of his lotus feet very tightly. If you hold on to Krishna's lotus feet very tightly, Maya will not be able to harm you. And if you are cultivating material knowledge, you are simply wasting your time. Doing nationalism, socialism, thisism, thatism is a simply waste of time. Better to cultivate real knowledge, Vedic knowledge, which leads one to surrender to Krishna. It doesn't mean that you should not become advanced in this material education. You may, but at the same time you should become Krishna conscious. In the second chapter, Bad Karma, which is taken from Srimad Bhagavatam, in which Kapil Dev describing the results of sin to his mother, it can be concluded that if someone is not willing to enter into hellish life, then he must take to the process of Krishna consciousness. But if you are unable to attain complete Krishna consciousness in this life, then you will take next birth in a human family and cannot be sent into a hellish condition. These laws are very strong and no living entity can violate them. Only one who is in Krishna conscious can easily overcome these laws and thus become happy and peaceful in the world. So the last chapter, the peaceful formula, tells you about that if you want peace at all, you will have to change your consciousness into Krishna consciousness, both individually and collectively, by simple process of chanting the holy name of God. This is the standard and recognized process for achieving peace in the world. It is therefore recommended that everyone should become Krishna conscious by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is practical, simple and sublime. So, through this book we can understand that why it is important to be in Krishna consciousness and how to break the bondage of karma. So please be in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.